Good afternoon. I'm Frederick County Executive Jan Gardner, and I am thrilled to be here today and to have so many of you join us for the official grand opening of Root. Today is truly an exciting day, and it's a day I've been looking forward to for about 3 years. I do want to acknowledge the elected officials who are here. I know a number of people have certificates and are on the program, so I'm going to skip over some of them, but I know from the County Council, I have Council President Bud Otis, I have County Councilman Jerry Donald, and County Councilwoman MC Keegan-Air from the county, and without their support, this certainly would not be possible today. And I also want to recognize Mayor O'Connor from the City of Frederick. So, before I took office as county executive back in 2014, this building was empty, and the building we were standing in was really on the market for sale. It had deemed to be surplus property, and the prior Board of County Commissioners wanted to sell this along with a number of other county assets around the community. We did have an interested buyer. I didn't think they were going to offer us a very good price, and they really wanted to primarily use this building for storage. So I had a different idea and a different vision for this space. The vision was to turn this entire building, this space, into a cutting-edge innovation center, a place where ideas and dreams could grow into new businesses and more jobs for the people in Frederick County. Today, that vision finally becomes a full reality. Some of you were part of shaping this idea and this vision and morphing this beautiful space and creating that unique collaboration that we call Root. I remember walking through this building about 3 years ago when it was empty with some of you who are here today. We had staff from Office of Economic Development, some folks from DPW, some of our business partners, and some people from Tech Frederick. So the ideas on how to transform this space were flowing, and they were just incredible. People had a lot of creative and good ideas. And I quickly came to realize that the younger people and the techies in our midst expected to work in a very different place and in a very different way than I had experienced in most of my work life. They talked about open and flexible spaces. They talked about sitting around the table with their laptops and working and talking and collaborating at the same time. And they talked about having a space and a pitch space to present their ideas to each other. So part of being a leader is having a vision. It's also recognizing what you don't know and what you need to learn and find out from others. It's about creativity, and it's about taking a risk. And it's about leveraging all your resources. And in this case, it's about leveraging the benefit of having this building and this space and making sure that we use our assets to their highest and best use. And at the end of the day, it's about making it happen, and that's what we've done together. So now people ask me, what is Root? Where did that name come from? So Root is really a unique ecosystem, and it's a place where entrepreneurs can collaborate. Root is a place where people can foster the creativity and the expansion of new ideas and new businesses. It's a place that's hip and historic, and we're really good at that here in Frederick County. And Root is a place where millennials and some of us older folks can share new ideas and big ideas. So no matter what stage a business is in, from a startup to expanding a business that's been in Frederick County for 100 years, Root is the go-to place. A place where businesses can find support and can experience that special collaboration that we have in Frederick County. We put all of our business partners under one roof. The Frederick County Office of Economic Development and our federal, state, municipal economic development partners are up on the 3rd floor. The Chamber of Commerce and our higher education partners, including the Hood College Martha Church Center for Civic Engagement and CREST, are on the 2nd floor. And our newest tenant, located right here on the 1st floor, is our second technology business incubator. And it's an accelerator as well. I'm learning we call it a business incubator and accelerator, operating under the umbrella of FCG, which is the Frederick Innovative Technology Center, Inc. Now, a new business that might consider locating in Frederick County can come here and meet with our economic development staff. Then they can go downstairs and be introduced to the chamber and our higher education partners. And then they can come down to the 1st floor and see what we're really doing to support our emerging and new businesses. and they'll see a lot of energy happening here, particularly at FCG. Did you know that at one location, FCG has added over 740 jobs to our economy? And that these businesses that have graduated from our incubator tend to stay right here in Frederick County and be committed to doing business in Frederick County and being part of our community. So one of the things we can do in local government is support our local incubators to make sure that we have a place where innovation, ideas, and our emerging and growing industries can thrive. New jobs and new businesses over time have always come from innovation and change. It is this forward-looking mission that led Root to the Root's tagline, which is Dig Deep, Cultivate Tomorrow. Now, Root is more than just a building or a place. It's really about the people here. It's a cohesive collaboration of people who are dedicated to supporting those new ideas, new and existing businesses, and new jobs in Frederick County. So we're cultivating tomorrow by creating an ecosystem to help businesses take root and grow in our community. Now, one great example is a new partnership between the county's Office of Economic Development, the U.S. Army Medical and Material Command, and the business community to create what we call the Purple Book. The Purple Book is a web-based way to share tech transfer opportunities so that private businesses in our community can take that federal investment, the investment the military makes in research and development, and commercialize it for the benefit of everyone, while at the same time creating new businesses and new jobs. Root will also host our second tech showcase, which will take place in the spring to connect researchers and entrepreneurs in our county. And Root will take advantage and leverage our partnerships with higher education and FCG. The Office of Economic Development, which also includes our Workforce Services Division, is teaming up with CREST and FCG on laboratory training to ensure that we have a workforce trained for the jobs in the life sciences. It's important for Root to be located right here in the heart of downtown Frederick. Downtown is one of the most exciting places to be, especially for that young millennial workforce that we're hoping to attract. And don't you just really love this space? Didn't it really turn out beautiful with its colors and glass walls? It certainly doesn't resemble your average government office building. So I do want to recognize and thank a few people. I really want to thank the renovation crew from the county's Division of Public Works. I think they did an absolutely amazing job. This was renovated in-house, both on this floor and on the second floor, to totally transform this space. I want to publicly thank Public Works Director Chuck Knipe, who I think is here somewhere, and his entire team for the excellent job they did on making this space innovative and high-tech. I also have to acknowledge Verve, who is here somewhere, who did the design for this space. They're located in the back, so thank you for that. And there are many other people who I need to thank today as well, starting with all of our tenants who placed their faith in this vision. Elizabeth Cromwell and her board at the Chamber of Commerce, Kathy Brady and her cadre of business mentors at FCG, Hood College President Andrea Chapdelaine and her team, and CREST Executive Director Joanne Horn, and I think you'll be hearing from all of them. I do want to give a special shout out to Kara Norman. I didn't see her. Is she here somewhere? Okay. Kara is with the Downtown Frederick Partnership. I assume most of you know that, but she wrote a grant application to secure funding for the design of this space. I also need to give thanks to Housing and Community Development Secretary Ken Holt, who unfortunately could not be here with us today, but the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development provided money to help renovate the second floor, and that really allowed the chamber to move into Root. And finally, I have to recognize and offer special thanks to Helen Profiter, who is our Director of Economic Development. I think you all know Helen. She and her entire team have done just an outstanding job, and they've been on this journey from the very beginning. They were the first to move into this building, and they moved into the third floor, and they endured renovations that meant going months without an elevator while staff was up on the third floor. Their packages were often sent back or delivered to the wrong buildings because the front door was locked. And every time they hosted a meeting, someone had to come downstairs and be posted at the door to let everybody into the building. Helen also had the difficult job of overseeing the development of Root. She took the lead to coordinate, negotiate, and occasionally placate to make this building come alive. Helen also handled one of the finishing touches for Root, which she's going to unveil in a few moments. Really, Helen, I have to say thank you to you and your staff for all you've done to make this innovative project a reality. I really appreciate it. So before I conclude, I want to thank each of you for celebrating Root's grand opening with us here today. Root is one of my administration's key initiatives, and I'm excited to see it finally come to life. It takes a supportive and energized business community to help all of us succeed and to build a better community. Frederick County is truly leading the way with Root. We're doing something that really no one else is doing. Together, we're making Frederick County proud, and we're putting Frederick County on the map. Frederick County is a great place to do business, and it's a great place to start a business. I look forward to all the successes that will come from Root. Together, we'll dig deep and we'll cultivate a bright tomorrow. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Helen.
Wowee, that was nice, huh? It's good to have your boss like you. So you heard from our county executive about the view from the county executive's perception. I'm going to talk just for a minute about the view from an economic developer and how we pulled this off. So if you'll bear with me for just a little bit. So we moved in here, like the county executive said, about 2.5 years ago, with a vision from the county executive to create a business innovation center. OED, the Office of Economic Development, set out to create the needed partnerships. This building sits in the city of Frederick, so I tried to put together a power pack team. So who better than the two experts from the city of Frederick, of Richard Griffin from the city's Department of Economic Development and Kara Norman from the Downtown Frederick Partnership. So we, as our county executive said, went out and collected the CEOs from Tech Frederick, and we paraded them through a not great looking site here as we kind of held our arms up and said, can you envision a place where all businesses feel welcome and they come here and they thrive and they succeed and they come back? And we had no idea what we were talking about because we didn't really know what it was. And then the kicker that we did, because we were economic developers, was location, location, location. So we would say, and there's no place to do an innovative business center like the hub of downtown Frederick, right here between Starbucks and Brewer's Alley, you know? And somehow that worked. And we got, of all people, the Fort Detrick United States Army, let me make sure I say their name right, Medical Research and Materiel Command, or for acronym, USAMRID. They actually paid attention to us, and they said, we're not going to locate there. We're going to stay on Fort Detrick, but we like what you're doing, and we want a partner. So I was like, great, check the box. We don't have a tenant yet, but we have a great location, and we have the beginning of a story to tell, right? We've got this great partnership with technology transfer. So then Richard and Kara and I kept selling the story over and over and over again. And Kara, the queen of grant writing, went out and wrote her grant and got the Verve to come on board with a grant. And that's where it started to formulate, because the Verve branded this building and they helped us create the best name ever, Root. Because when it all comes down to it, every business that should be here should want the businesses here to have deep roots in Frederick County. So we had an aha moment with the Verve, and might I also say they designed the beautiful first floor. So then things started coming together. Like we had a design, we had this group with this group connection with Fort Detrick. We didn't have our first tenant yet, but the chamber was starting to percolate. They kind of liked what was being said. And at the same time, FCG was hiring a new director. And of course, being a good board member of FCG, as soon as that director was hired, we made sure that Kathy Callahan Brady understood that she didn't really have a choice. She just had to be here. She had to expand. So about at the same time, the Chamber and FCG came on board. And let me just say that very quickly after having the Chamber and FCG, we were able to secure both Hood College and Crest. So when you think about it, the story's done, right? What a great story. We have the Chamber, who's the oldest, tell me the right word, the oldest first chartered chamber in the U.S. We've got FCG, who's the 7th largest incubator in the state of Maryland. And we have Crest and Hood, 2 of our 3 higher ed. So we couldn't ask for a better partnership. So it all just kind of came together in the way it was supposed to be, right? It's just the way Frederick is. So that's a little bit about how we got here. So now where do we go from here? So economic development has partnered with Tech Frederick to create a business pitch room, because businesses at all levels need what? They need cash. And so we want to be able to give them the tools they need to take their business plan and execute it into capital. So at this time, we're creating a room on the 3rd floor where businesses from around the region can come here and for free get their pitch videotaped so that they can take it out to banks, to angel investors, to VCs, whoever, friends and family, whoever it might be. They could take it out to gain capital. At the same time, we're working with our partnership here, both current entrepreneurs and our potential entrepreneurs from Crest and from Hood, those students, to partner with a group called Pitch Creator. And Pitch Creator is going to get everyone ready to present their pitch. So more coming on that in the month of May, but we want to let you know what we have in store. To circle back to USAMRIID, we've currently have a signed agreement with them. We're going to put together innovation classes, seminars, technology transfer events, all coming out, probably rolling out this summer. So as you can see, this is only the beginning, and we look forward to playing a critical part of all the services that come out of Root and delivering services to all of our businesses. So thank you very much. So our first tenant to speak is our first tenant, the Chamber of Commerce. They're doing a great job of promoting Root and Frederick as a brand, not only local but nationally. So let's hear from Elizabeth Cromwell, President and CEO of the Frederick Chamber.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. I am so excited for today. We had a ribbon cutting and an open house for our space on the 2nd floor about 6 months ago, but we always knew that there was going to be a much bigger day when the building was officially open and we could start using the front door and we wouldn't have to wear hard hats. So anyway, it's just great to see you all here. We're thrilled with the space on all of the floors. And from those initial concept meetings where we came up with the whole idea of Root, until now, I'd like to thank all the partners who've been involved with this process, because I really couldn't come up with a better group of tenants to share this story about Frederick and to work together whenever we possibly can to build a stronger business community. I'd also like to mention, in addition to the tenants that are in the building, there are a lot of people here today who I would like to think of as unofficial tenants of the building, because they are so important to this ecosystem in our business community, including the City of Frederick, who is always supportive of all of the business initiatives we have. Fort Detrick Alliance is here. They're an important partner in a lot of the things that are happening in Frederick. Downtown Frederick Partnership, who you've already heard about. Co-work Frederick. You guys are really great. You're filling a niche here in the city. Tech Frederick. the Tourism Council, which is also a really important part of this business community, SCORE. I see a lot of people here that while they're not official tenants in the building, they're all part of what we're trying to create here. So I want to give a round of applause for all those folks too. And there's probably more of them. Those are just the ones I happen to see right now. So I just wanted to touch on very quickly that we are starting to share an important message about the amazing Frederick business community, both regionally and nationally. And that's a very exciting development since we moved into this space and started talking about root. For example, in just 2 or 3 weeks from now, a group of some of the tenants in the building, some of the CEOs, such as Scott Reiser here from Yakabad, we will be doing a presentation in Charlottesville at a major national event, which is showcasing Frederick as one of America's great small cities. And this is the kind of opportunity that we pitched Root as the symbol of what the future of the business community can be. And so we're very excited about that. I also wanted to give you another example of how the story of what we're doing here is really resonating. I've got a magazine here called Innovation in Tech Today. This is the winter issue, so it's now actually online. They just got it online. Kevin O'Leary's the guy from Shark Tank. I think they always refer to him as the mean guy. The reason I have this in my hand and I wanted to show it to you all today is because this has a huge distribution. Just at the Consumer Electronics Show in January, 20,000 copies of this magazine were distributed. And if you take a look in here, we were able to convince them that the collaborating communities of Frederick is an amazing story about our business community. This right here is the architect's rendering of this very room that you're in, which is really cool to see. We've got the Brewers Alley roof deck right next door here. And you'll also see on the second page here is a model of collaboration. And this is talking about this building and the people who are making really important things happen here. So it's very exciting. There's 6 pages dedicated to Maryland as this emerging tech hub. 2 of the 6 pages are about this building. So it's very cool, very excited. So finally, I wanted to take a moment to thank the chamber staff. They have really, really turned themselves inside out over the last several months. We've had a lot of change within our organization, not the least of which has been moving into this space. It's been a lot of change, and I wanted to recognize Wendy Herrera, Michael Kurtianik, Nan Mann, Christy Butler, Kimberly Levine, and Rick Weldon, who have worked tirelessly to make it a seamless experience for our chamber members. So thank you so much for all you do. Also wanted to thank our board members, are incredibly important. John Michael Bailey, our board chair, is right here. Also, if you're a board member, will you please raise your hand so we can all wave and say thank you for all you do. The decision to move back down to this space was a very big decision for us. We had a beautiful space that we had been in for 10 years and didn't really have a reason to move except for the fact that something so remarkable was happening here and we wanted to be in the center of it and to build our future. And so you all took a very large leap of faith with me. And I want to thank you for that because I think it's already been a great success. Thank you, everybody.
So next up is our favorite resident entrepreneur, the CEO of Frederick Innovative Technology Center, Inc., or FITCI, Kathy Callahan Brady. She took this job about 18 months ago and hasn't stopped accelerating services to our startups. Let's hear from Kathy.
Okay, you guys know me. I should just say ditto, right? But you know that's not going to happen. And you also know that I'll probably do something a little strange and sort of take an entrepreneurial spin. Because I always get up in front of these and I thank all these amazing people, which they all know that they're loved, so I'm not going to do it this time. We're going to do something a little bit different. I love having the opportunity to be able to speak about this incredibly supportive community we have here in Frederick. And it's those passionate individuals that allow us to accomplish projects like this route. And so much so, I think Helen was just saying, in terms of bringing me down here, actually tomorrow morning at 7:30, the movers show up at my house and I will be a downtown Frederick resident. Yay, is this full or what? But I did say I want to take a little different spin because I want to give you guys kind of a story here. If you work with entrepreneurs long enough, and how many people in here have started their own business? Woohoo, so you guys are going to get this big time. You're going to appreciate that they're strange. You're a rare breed. Vaughn laughs. Part of that is because in order to start your own business, in order to build a business, it takes this emotional sort of fortitude, grit, we call it, to keep going, right? I see people going, because there's many people who don't see your vision, and they're going to say no, and you're crazy, and you're nuts, and you probably are, because you risk everything in order to achieve your goal, but that's what makes the American dream worthwhile, right? And so that's why that there's a special place in every entrepreneur's heart for that early adopter. Remember that one, the very first one after the 10 zillion no's, that you got that one yes, that they were going to buy your product, or the one yes, that they were going to invest in you. And it's those early adopters that just really make our dream a reality. So, you know when you walk into stores and you see that dollar bill, it's hanging on the wall, and you just kind of bypass it and walk through? That dollar bill represents something that's really big and really significant. It's that constant reminder that hard work, dreams really do come true. I love entrepreneurs, everybody knows that. Root is going to become that center where these like-minded individuals get to come together in order to take these crazy risks that we do, in order to endure the adversity, in order to leave this world a positive place. And it's entrepreneurs like this that need this kind of center. And we've got two already in here, and they're amazing, and they rock it. But originally, I imagined a place that it was going to be a place that was only entrepreneurs, right? Because if you haven't traveled down this road, you just don't get why we're so crazy. Guess what? I was wrong. Believe that. Because we stand here in this amazing, beautiful center. And if you think about the evolution of this particular building, it has to start with an idea. It has to start with a seed. No pun intended. But it starts with one person who I guarantee you, I don't know for a fact, had lots of no's, lots of that's a crazy idea, and lots of potential criticism, and even to the point of risking your livelihood. And us entrepreneurs know that. We do our retirement and put our house up for mortgage and all sorts of different crazy ideas in order to do that. But if you think about that, if you think about a person who will go through that, that's the real definition of grit. That is a person of vision, and that is a person who's being an entrepreneur. And of course, you guys always know me. I always go off script. I should stay on script, but you know I won't. Huh? So everyone knows that I do have this heart for entrepreneurs, and we stand here because it's one person who had that vision, her reputation, and probably is going to continue to receive some criticism. It is election period. But it's my opinion that instead of celebrating the grand opening of Root, we really should be having a party for County Executive Jan Gardner, because it's her that needs to be honored for her grit and her entrepreneurial spirit. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. The very first time I met her, yes, I'm going off script. I always do. The very first time I met her, I thought, damn, a county person who has vision and she got what I wanted to do at FTSE. I was so impressed. So yes, Jan led this charge, and Jan saw a road when others didn't, and a path. And then Jan turned the reins over to us, and we got to run out there and take credit for it. It was pretty cool. But that, that truly is an amazing act of leadership when you kind of turn it on somebody else. And it's not me to sit here. I don't want to embarrass her. It's my intention to be able to show you a true act of leadership, as well as an understanding of what it takes to be an entrepreneur. Kelly Ennis, I'm gonna skip through some of this, because we had this really amazing time in terms of assembling this team to put this together in a vision. And we did go from like architect to architect and designer, and everyone kept asking, how many offices do you want? And I kept saying, that's not what we want. We want this journey. We want this path for an entrepreneur from startup to emerging to high growth. And nobody seemed to get it until we met Kelly Ennis. And Kelly Ennis from Ver Partnership, I know you've already been recognized, but this lady needs to be recognized again. Yes, you can applaud. Part of that is because even when we ran out of money as a nonprofit, she kept going. And weekends and evenings shopping with me, imagine that. I hate to shop. And spending this entire week decorating this place, it has just been phenomenal. So I can't say enough about her. But one of the things, as you tour this particular floor, I want you to realize that there is a story and there's a purpose behind this in terms of the design. So think about that from a perspective of, you've got an idea as a business person. You can't spend tons and tons of money. But what about a great collaborative space to be able to sit here inexpensively with a whole bunch of other people and work through your value proposition? So let me go ahead and conclude just a little bit here, because what did I want to conclude with? I lost track of my thing here. No, I had one. This is really important, because, and I'm not going to do the traditional thanks. Is the county construction crew, I don't know what their real names and stuff are they actually here? Yeah. Okay, I have to put them on the spot. I wanted them here. Actually, I'd like the entire crew here, all of them, because the jokes that we had about this place. I only had one disappointing thing, and that was Brett. Because I really, really wanted a sledgehammer to be able to like take down some of these walls, and he just very politely said no. It was probably best. It is probably best. But Jan, I hope you're really proud of what they have accomplished, because boy, I hope we have pictures of how ugly, god-awful ugly this place was. Oh yes, it was. And they have transformed this. They have transformed it into an amazing place. So thank you guys for one thing after the next, after the next, after the next. I truly appreciate that. And I thank all of you guys.
The Center for Research and Education in Science and Technology, or CREST, is the first in the state to create an educational model that focuses on partnerships with the business community without needing bricks and mortar. So let's hear from Joanne Horn, Executive Director of CREST.
Thanks a lot, Helen. I will keep this short, trust me. And I won't go off script. I'm really pleased to be here today. I just wanted to express my thanks on behalf of CREST for this gorgeous new home. We were orphans previously. So, we're just really enjoying being here. And not only for the incredible generosity of the county, but also to the vision again. And Kathy stole my thunder a little bit, but to the vision of County Executive Gardner. For putting together this incredible assemblage of, synergistic, really organizations that we're already working together to make Frederick a more vibrant and atmosphere for a place to go forward. I'm already working with the county of the economic development group. As disparate as Kathy Albaugh, who runs the farming outreach, to the county workforce development. Also. Let's see, Helen Profiter and Elizabeth Cromwell and President Chapdelaine are all on my board. And it's great to be able to just go and ping them, even though they get a little sick of me, but especially Elizabeth. But it's great to be able to just bounce ideas off of each other, get input, see where we can combine forces. So that's been wonderful. Specifically, CREST is here to facilitate STEM industrial development through partnering with higher education. So we offer classes and programs that are needed to push our tech workforce forward. We partner with companies to place interns, so we have a continuing pipeline of qualified employers here. We foster collaborative research projects between higher ed and companies to drive innovation, and we're providing lectures and seminars and workshops to better inform our workforce and expand our knowledge base and provide bridges between organizations. So it's wonderful to be here. Many, many thanks. And please come and talk to us if you're a tech or science-based company. We're here to help you. Thank you.
Okay, so the last tenant that we have is Hood College. Hood is 125 years old and not looking a day over 90, I gotta say. And is a pillar in our community. At one of the 125-year celebrations at Hood College, President Andrea Chapdelaine announced the creative idea of the Martha E. Church Center for Civic Engagement to help connect the bright, enthusiastic students of Hood College to the bright and enthusiastic business community. So let's hear from Andrea.
Good afternoon. I have really good news. I'm the closer, so we're almost done. And I will be short, I promise, especially since I don't have my notes in order here anymore. Anyway, I want to thank you all for coming, taking time, and I want to give a big shout out to the Hood folks that are here. I know some of our board members are here. Thank you for coming. But really want to especially say thank you to our provost, Debbie Ricker, who's over here, Lisa Littlefield and her team. If you guys can just kind of give a wave for me. They are the ones who are really making our presence here happen in really exciting ways. In fact, if I can just share one very quick story. About 4 months ago, I sat down with Debbie, and we'd been here for a while, and I said, okay, is it really time to talk about structure and planning and what are our goals for the center for the next year? And she said, keep your hands out of it. She said, it is just going great. The students are out there making it happen. And I don't have to be told twice not to do something. So that's great. And isn't that, so entrepreneurship is happening at that level with our students, and it's so exciting. I also want to quickly give a shout out. It is our catering services that has provided all the food and drink, and so they are great and happy to come to you if you are interested. So Hood launched this year our next strategic plan, and aptly, and this is before I think the root name happened. They definitely happen close to each other. It's called Moving Together Beyond Boundaries. Is that not perfect for what we're trying to create here? And so we are definitely here beyond boundaries, but at the same time, as County Executive Gardner said, in her remarks at our 125th celebration back to our roots, because of course Hood started at Winchester Hall. And so she said it's nice to have Hood paying rent to the county again. So, but when I first heard County Executive's vision for Root, I knew we were speaking from the same playbook, a place for innovation and collaboration to achieve a shared vision, a stronger, more vibrant Frederick County, a place not only that is great for business, but a great place to learn and grow. Hood Space en Route, the Martha E. Church Center for Civic Engagement, has become that hub, that pathway for our students, but also part of that vision of being an incubator for connecting Hood to Frederick and Frederick to Hood. I'm just going to give you just a couple quick examples of what has happened since we have entered this space. Our History and Archaeology Department has met with our historical organizations in this community to help sustain and promote the historic and the hip and historic Frederick. They are providing leadership training to our Chamber's Generation Connect. We have had meetings with multiple nonprofits to identify ways our servants can serve Frederick, whether it be through the Frederick Food Security Network, the Rescue Mission, I could go on and on. We've held curricular roundtables with many industries, whether it's the biotech, the brewers, to help fill their workforce pipeline and employee training needs. And a number of programs are now coming through the hopper at Hood that will directly fuel the workforce for Frederick. And we are strengthening our connection support for the other occupants of Root, all those that have spoken before me. And we're launching a number of exciting initiatives you've already heard, and many you'll hear more about soon. Hood, like Frederick County, is on the move. We moved here and we're moving everywhere. We are an anchor institution, no pun intended, but we are not transplantable. If you think about roots, you're not going to pick up Hood College and put it anywhere else. It's here. It's part of Frederick. We're a major employer, a workforce provider, a community leader, and certainly a critical part of the economic engine. And Root provides an opportunity to take that to the next level, a truly innovative. I've yet to talk to another college president who has something like this going on. So all of Frederick should be really proud. I know I am. I brag about this all the time. An unparalleled private-public partnership. So in that spirit, I want to say, County Executive, I pledge our continued support and wish to extend my deep gratitude to you, to Helen for her coming to me and pitching this idea, and all my fellow tenants for being such great neighbors and partners. Join us in the excitement. The best is yet to come.
So we partnered with Nick Demalakis of Orasys to put together a website for us. We are not going to go through the website, but we do want to at least show it to you so that you can go through it and see that it really is about all these organizations coming together, collaborating, offering synergistic services, and really this place should be a place for businesses to feel like they can make connections. So this is our new Root website. It's not taking the place of anyone's website. It's actually a launching page. So from this website you can get to everyone else's. But it really is a beautiful website. Thank you, Orasys. So can I get the tenants back up here? And what we quickly want to do is just have people who have the certificates to present the certificates. So if I can get Juliana Albowitz up here, and President Bud Otis, you're next up.
Well, I'm glad to be the token man here today.
You're in charge. What can I say?
No, we're really proud of what is happening here. We supported it 100%, and Councilman Donald's with me today, and the county council is very much interested in what's going on here. Been very supportive, as you know, Jan.
Yep.
And Helen. We think this is a great way to create more jobs in Frederick, downtown, Michael, where a lot of the action needs to take place. And so we're excited, thrilled to be here, and we just wish nothing but great success to you, Helen. Appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Thanks for the partnership, Bob.
Well, good evening. It's an honor and a privilege for me to represent United States Senator Chris Van Hollen. To Jan, my old boss, I am going to present from my new boss a senatorial
Just
citation.
to clarify, I'm not old.
Not in the least. Her vision doesn't surprise me because she always had a vision. And her vision was recognizing me as a great employee, right? But on behalf of Senator Chris Van Hollen, and I would like to thank the rest of the council for supporting this, Helen for all you do, Mayor for a great city in Frederick, Robin Summerfield, a great companion of mine who represents Senator Ben Cardin. We always said that Frederick was the happening place. I do 4 counties for the senator, and this is where I always seem to wind up. So I thank Frederick for all you're doing. And on behalf of the senator, this is a senatorial citation presented to Root in celebration of its grand opening, in appreciation of this new public-private partnership that will support innovation, entrepreneurship, and business creation in Frederick County, with gratitude for its efforts to foster collaboration and creativity among local entrepreneurs, and with best wishes for its success. Signed, Chris Van Hollen, United States Senator, on this the 29th of March, 2018. Best wishes.
So we're going to finish where we should with the mayor of the city of Frederick. So please come up, Michael.
Thank you. It's my honor to spend just a little bit of time here today and say thank you to everyone who has been a part of this. The word that has rung over and over again today has been collaboration. And I think it is so critical that we can celebrate that today, because it wouldn't be possible if we didn't have people who were willing to work with one another, to move outside of their silos and recognize that the things that we can do together are often the best things that we can do. And it's a great compliment to the leadership that you see represented amongst the partners in this building, that they could put together whatever needed to be placated, and realize that what they're accomplishing here is more important than those parts individually. From the city's perspective, it's also critically important because anytime we can take an unactivated space in downtown Frederick and activate it at the street level, that is great things for our community. And we couldn't be happier to have this partnership exist in downtown Frederick. We're happy to have it be in the city within a short block's walk of City Hall, but adjacent to City Hall previously, what's now Brewers Alley. So we feel like we're, if not right next door, as good as being right next door. And I think these partners all know that we stand ready to stand with you to serve and make this a success. I'm fond of telling people that mayor is a title, but the job belongs to the Board of Aldermen and the employees of the city of Frederick, and frankly, it belongs to you, the business and residents of the city, because without you, there's no reason for us to do what we do. So I want to give a special acknowledgement to our economic development team that is here, Richard Griffin, our economic development director, Mary Ford Nail, our economic development manager, Becky Kaler, our economic development specialist, Roger Wilson from our Board of Aldermen is joining us here today as well, and so we have the certificate. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for standing for 45 minutes. But more importantly, truly and sincerely, like everyone has said, thank you all for being a part of this. You all are the business community. You're the ones who make Frederick as great as it is. So sometimes when you're with family talks too long, and I feel like that's what happened today, but just feel like it's because we're all family and we're in this together. So let's work together to help our businesses locate here, grow here, expand here, and then put their roots right here in Frederick County. Thank you.